With a new stadium rising just to the west of us, for now we're back for football in the familiar setting of Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. Tonight on Sunday Night Primetime, it's the Chicago Bears and the Buffalo Bills. With my partner Greg Olson, I'm Mike Tirico. We are just about set to kick it off. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. He's going to like not to bring this one out. Probably a wise decision as this ball comes out to the 35. Wow, indecision right away. Delay of game to start this drive. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. The Bears will use one of their timeouts here, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline. And he's going to be stopped at the line. No gain. Great way for the defense to open up here at home. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Williams. That's to the Michigan man, Colston Loveland. 13 yards on the catch there. 1st down, Chicago.
And the Bears, 1st down. A gain of 13 yards.
Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. He'll go right back to Loveland. And he's out of bounds down inside the 35.
19 more yards.
These two got it going on. 19 on that connection and another 1st down.
19 yards. And the Bears, 1st down.
Burden, the man on the move. Throwing on 1st down, it's Williams. Is caught at DJ Moore. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. Give them 12 on that one. They are on the mark. Another 1st down.
1st down, Bears.
Williams to the air once more. That's a short throw caught by Komet. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
The tight end, Komet, is on the move. Throw it again. It's Williams. That'll be taken in by Moore. This drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team.
1st down. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line.
Throwing again, Williams. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Luther Burden, the intended target, and it'll lead to a 2nd and goal. The tight end, Komet, is on the move. He's got his man, middle of the end zone. Luther Burden. Touchdown, Bears. It's his third touchdown catch this year.
And when things haven't been going your way, like they haven't around here recently, Mike, this is exactly what you need. You're looking for a spark. So to take the opening possession of the game, march it down there, and come away with the score, all of a sudden the sideline's a lot more positive. There's a lot more good energy amongst your teammates. Is that the spark they needed to turn this thing around?
His kick is good. Makes the score Bears 7, Bills nothing.
Nothing is our score as this kick is sent into the air. From the 6, here comes a return. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
Up to a whole nother level. Don't know no better. Then I got Richard E. Bro coming slow, 6 racks on the sweater.
On the ground, this is James Cook. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd down and a yard.
319! Look up!
They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the 1st down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
3rd down and 3. To the air is Allen. He's got his man. That's Kincaid. And he's going to have the 1st down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a 1st down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
Allen going to give it to Cook. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Pick up of 14 on that one. Good for a Bills 1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
1st down, Allen. He's going to look for the home run ball. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Over the middle, there's my partner, the tight end, Olsen. A gain of 16 on that pass play. First down, Buffalo.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Round 80.
On first and 10, it's Cook. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Loss of a yard.
We don't give these big guys enough credit, Mike, just how fast these defensive tackles really are. Here he uses his speed to break through, take the back down for a loss.
Alert. 180. Look out.
Allen goes with the pop pass. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. The Bills with it to start quarter number 2. They've got third down and less than a yard.
Where's that?
We'll try and run here with Cook. And he's going to have a Bills first down. At least at first glance. They'll spot the football just beyond the marker. And they convert on third and inches.
The 27-yard line.
Alert. 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 180. Look out.
They'll run the draw with Cook. And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
From the 25, here's second and 8.
180. Where's that?
Once again, it's Cook. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up third down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Very nice. Where's that?
To the air on third down, here's Allen. That's to the right side and caught by Wilson.
This has been a really impressive drive, Mike, really from the start. And this is something defenses want to force offenses to do. Methodically work their way down the field, but they've been highly efficient, and now they get another first down.
Where's that?
Allen going to throw on first and 10. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and we'll see if that was it right there.
He's got it in the hands of Elijah Moore. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
180. Look out.
On third down, it's Allen. That one incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is fourth down. This one is good. He knocks it through. And the Bills are on the board. It's 7-3.
Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot, your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit. He does a great job here, able to put that one through.
And there'll be no return forthcoming, so the ball comes out to the 35. Trying to start on the ground. He'll try to keep his footing, manages to work it ahead for a couple of yards.
7-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up second and 8.
So, from the 37, here's second and 8. They'll stick with him again. And you'll get them 5 yards closer, but now third down coming up.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. That's a gain of 6. Makes it third and 2.
To throw is Williams. And that is incomplete.
So prior to that third down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation at that down and distance. They had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up fourth down.
We'll take this in back to the 16. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. So first and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it. 7-3 is the score. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Greg and I back in Buffalo after this. Here's a second and 9. Now Allen. A short throw caught by Kincaid. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
On third down, it's Josh Allen. And that is incomplete. Trying to get it to Dalton Kincaid there. And it's going to bring up fourth down. The Bills bringing on their punting unit. Looking up through the raindrops. No issue there, though. Their catch called for and taken successfully.
At their own 28-yard line.
Here's Williams on first and 10. Toss right side to the tight end, Komet. Second down and 8.
At the 30-yard line.
Working out of the gun. Here's Williams. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down. The tight end, Komet, is on the move. On third down, it's Williams. That's caught. It's the tight end, Komet. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
A gain of 14. First down, Chicago.
They try to throw again. Here's Williams. Right back to Komet. He's got it again. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. That's a second charge timeout to Chicago as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in half number 1. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Williams. That's a short one, caught by Loveland. 2nd down, 8 yards to go.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 36-yard line.
Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. Quick slant, caught by Burton. And it'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
It's a gain of 10. 1st down, Bears.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. On now, it's Cairo Santos for the field goal. This will be from 42 yards out. And that is no good. He missed it. We have hit halftime. Going to take a quick break, come back, 2nd half of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
They go play action now. Here's Allen. That's over the middle and intercepted.
That's about as bad as it can possibly get, Mike. You're only 1 play into the drive. You're trying to establish a little early rhythm, get something going, and now you're jogging off the field watching your opponent celebrate in the end zone. So they're going to have to come back out here on offense pretty quickly, regroup, take a deep breath, and try to bounce back.
Santos, good on the extra point. And the Bears extend their advantage to 14-3. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Maybe on that rapid pay the bills. Now better, not even a little bit. Oh Lord, know yourself, know your worth.
Here's Allen now on 1st and 10. Now right on the heels of the pick 6, he is intercepted. Picked off by Terrion Arnold.
And this is what comes when you decide to attack outside the numbers. You have to have a quarterback that's A, willing to make tough throws, and B, the arm strength to do it. He has the arm. Just think that one was a little too reckless, and they end up with a big interception.
On 1st and 10, it's Williams. To the outside, a catch made by Moore. He'll be out of bounds. That's a decent pickup of 5 on 1st down.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
Throwing on 2nd down, Williams. Right back to Moore, another grab. And they'll take this down inside the 35. 15 yards on the catch and run for the first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. That's his 8th touchdown of the season.
There's so many elements of this play, Mike, that are just so impressive. Not only the ability to break tackles and make guys miss, but then the speed to say, okay, I can make guys miss, but I can also take it to the house. I mean, there's just not a lot of backs in the league that have that combination skill set. And they're fortunate for them, they've got one here, and he makes a big play here for a touchdown.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. Now an opening past the 30. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. To throw on 1st and 10, Allen.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
5 wide, off 52.
Throwing now, Allen here on 1st down. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
What's that?
On 2nd down. And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up 3rd down.
So I think as they continue to have success on the ground like they did here, I think we're going to see them continue to lean towards that ground game. Force the defense to come up, sell out, take it away, and then there's all sorts of options downfield in the passing game.
There's a short one caught by Olsen. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down? They'll try and throw for it with Allen. That is incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on 4th and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down.
Yeah, when you find yourself down big here in the second half, you have to maximize every possession. And that's exactly what the coach tried to do, going for it on 4th down. Give yourselves a chance to cut into this big lead. But it's the defense that came through again with a huge stop. And that's going to make their chances of coming back that much more difficult.
And that play going nowhere. The defense all over that one. They'll bring them down for a big loss.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's third down.
And 16.
Well, they certainly didn't allow the loss on first down, Mike, to scare him out of this run game here on second down. But now after taking a loss on first and second, it puts him in a tough spot here coming up on third down.
Third down, he'll try to get it on the ground. And they'll only get a couple on this one, so the defense holds, and it brings up fourth down. The Bears sending out their punt team as he's on to punt for the second time. And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield.
At their own 45-yard line.
Off the play fake. No chance at all. He'll go down.
Impressive play by the defensive end here, Mike. It's his technique. It put him in position to not only make the play, but it's that closing speed that's allowed him to finish it off.
They'll run straight ahead with Cook. And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that first down.
7-yard line.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, man, it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
And on third down, that ball incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
They're going on fourth down. Allen. That's three. Third time tonight he's been intercepted. And he'll be taken down, and there is a flag on the play. This is going to be a huge call. They'll begin here on the ground. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11 at the 28-yard line.
To a tight end motioning left here. So, 3 quarters now in the books. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. Burton, the man on the move. We see a lot of this as they begin the fourth quarter on the ground. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Gain of a yard. Brings up
Third and 10. Here's Williams now to throw. And this ball incomplete on third down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
And not the greatest of results here. This is going to hit in the field of play and continue out of bounds. They'll start on the ground with Cook. Cutting very difficult in these conditions. He gets forward here for a gain of about 3. From the 35, here's 2nd and 6. Here's the option, running right. And he'll give it up on the pitch. And he's going to have the first down, mark him at the 45, and move the chase.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen, and not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2, but it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor, and when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 48-yard line.
Five wide. Go.
Allen working from the pistol. In trouble, and down he goes. Gervon Dexter in for the sack. It's a loss of 9 and sets up 3rd down.
56.
Out of the gun, here's Allen. Oh, this pass was dialed in right now. They get him again.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
A fair catch signaled and taken at about the 18-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 13.
He'll try to get this one on the ground. And he's going to go backwards again. The defense coming up big. Forcing 4th down. The Bears send out their punt team, as he'll take this a yard or 2 into his own end zone. Two minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Punt team out, ready to send this one away. As this drive quickly stalled out, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there.
At the Bears' 47-yard line.
Get your money up. I'm the money down. On all of us. On my people down.
180. What's that?
1st and 10, and it's Allen. Quick hitting slant there. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. 17 yards, the gain there. Good for a Bills 1st down.
180.
They'll run the toss with Cook. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage. So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. A ball deep for the end zone. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Jalen Johnson.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's position. Being able to get himself to a spot, get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, that ball was thrown. Me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Now a run on 1st down. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Great job here by this linebacker, Mike. There was no reading and reacting. From the snap, he was attacking. Meets the ball carrier right at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. The tight end, Komet, is on the move. Once again, this defense up to the task. They stop it for no gain yet again. And now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
So this one, a win for the visiting Bears.